Peter Bradley, and about 3 years ago I was lucky enough to see a filly at the OBS March sale that caught my eye, the way she went down the lane and galloped out, and we ended up naming her Dayatthespa, and it's been quite a ride she's given us. At the time I was looking for some New York breds because the casinos were just coming in and it was apparent that the prize money was going to be burgeoning in New York, and with that in mind I found this filly with two other fillies that we put into a little racing venture. Interestingly enough, about I would say in early July, Chad Brown called and he said, you know, this isn't your run-of-the-mill racehorse or New York bred. He said, I think you've got a good one here. Broker maiden impressively at Saratoga, which was apt for being named Dayatthespa. Came back and ran a good second in Canada, and at that point the group that had her, we decided we were getting offers on her, and we sold a 50% interest to Jerry and Ron Frankel. And at that time she wasn't Breeders' Cup nominated, and part of the deal was that we would nominate her to the Breeders' Cup for that year. Unfortunately, she didn't like the soft going at Churchill Downs and ran probably her only really subpar race of her whole career. Came back as a 3-year-old, and we ended up winning the Queen Elizabeth, and that was her 5th straight win, and we went on to the Matriarch, where she slipped, bounced off the rail, and gave us quite a scare. Her 4-year-old year was uneventful. She had a 3rd in the Grade 3 at Monmouth, came back and won the auto at Saratoga, and ran huge to be 2nd in the First Lady that fall. After giving her some time off because of some just aches and pains, nothing major, she came back for a 5-year-old campaign that is nothing short of brilliant. Starting off at Saratoga, she ran 2nd to Filimbi, came back in the auto and won impressively there, and then came into the First Lady again as a lukewarm favorite, and she actually probably ran the best race of her career against 5 other Grade 1 stakes winners, winning that race. And we knew that the Breeders' Cup was something that had been in our sights for all her career. The 1.25 miles, we didn't know if she could get it. She'd run 2 great races at 1 1/8 miles, winning both of them. But there's always that fear that, you know, a filly won't quite stretch out. Although everything she told us in the way she galloped out and won at 1 1/8 miles, she looked like she could do it. You then come to the Breeders' Cup and a cast of international stars, the best of the best, and your stomach starts to buckle, or your knees buckle and your stomach flutters. But she put on an absolute show for us on Saturday. In her usual professional style, she broke sharply. Javier got her to settle, and he led the field around there in 48. And when they hit the 3/4 in 1:13, my smile started getting pretty big then, because it takes a heck of a filly to track her down once she's put that kind of a 3/4 in front of her. One of the beauties of this filly is how she comes out of the turn and how she accelerates coming from home, and she did it in her absolute Dayatthespa style, lengthened out on the field and cruised home. As you can tell, my voice is still a little crackly from the screaming I was doing that day. The partnership had decided early on in her career that at the end of her 5-year-old year we would sell her, and here she is at Fasig-Tipton, and we're hoping for a good new home for her. Thank you.